Hello, I'm Scott Seibert, and we're here in the LMHS TV studios. I'm joined by Will Rosenbaum, and Will, we're here to discuss Apple products.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
excited.
yeah, and we're not just talking about Red Delicious or Granny Smith. We're talking about, iPods, iPhones, iPads,
The Max.
Touches, the Macs. Talk to me a little bit about how you think Apple has impacted your life.
Well, before Apple came into my life, I was the least technological kid. I was never on the computer or on the internet or listening to music. But when I was in third grade, I got my first iPod, and I instantly became more interested in all sorts of music. And now I have the iPod Touch, which has really helped um, my career as a musician. When I'm practicing, I downloaded a metronome app so I can have something that's just in my pocket and keeping time for me.
That is, you see the commercials about the iPad and with the children using it to educate themselves. And when you give that real world example of an app that, you know, is going to help with your talent and develop your skills, it must be an empowering feeling to use technology that way.
Oh yeah, it's kind of fun because when you see a commercial, you really want to be like the people in it, and Apple is the only type of product that has really allowed me to do that.
Do you know how old you were when you received your first Apple product?
Well, it was third grade, so I think I was either 9 or 10 years old, and then ever since I've been on the fast track with all the products.
And was that an iPod that you received?
It was an iPod. It was the iPod Nano. I think it was the second generation. And then when I got the iPod, I had no clue what it was. I had no clue what it did. But a couple days later, I didn't let it leave my sights.
How many different iPods have you owned in your life?
Just two, the iPod Nano, and then I got the iPod Touch a couple years ago. It's all I really need. Even the older generations of any iPod really work well, and they're still relevant.
What are your thoughts on the passing of Steve Jobs?
When I heard about it, I was obviously upset. He was definitely very innovative, and he helped the world a lot with his products. And yeah, it was just pretty sad to hear it.
Do you have any ideas for the future for Apple? Got any good suggestions?
Well, they already do a pretty nice job with getting a keyboard able to hook up to the computer. Maybe if they tried to expand their technology to better the music world, that might be cool.
Well, Will, we appreciate your time coming
Thanks for
into the
having me.
studio today. You're very welcome, and you have a great day.
Same to you.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Maria. Thanks for joining us today in the LMHS TV studio. How are you today?
Good. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us today. As you know, Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple, recently died. And what do you know about Steve Jobs?
I know some weird little facts. I know he was adopted, I think, and that he sort of started Apple, was the head of it.
Would you say that he was a technological pioneer?
Definitely.
Do you, how have Apple products impacted your life?
Well, I'm a diabetic, so I had an iPod Touch, and I just downloaded an app, and I could keep track of everything on it. So that was really cool and really helpful. And also just being able to carry all that information and music and games everywhere.
So yeah, the variety of apps on in iTunes in the App Store is phenomenal, and you have one that helps you with your health. Do you have any other favorite apps?
Probably some of the games. One of the bubble games where you can pop all of them in a line. Just a good way to pass the time.
And do you remember how old you were when you received your first Apple product?
I don't remember exactly, but I think I was about 8. And it was one of those original iPod shuffles that's like the size of the Nanos now. And I thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah, it must have been very exciting as an 8-year-old to receive that. I know my 7-year-old wants to get an iPhone already, and I told him he has to wait until he's at least 12, and he's trying to bargain to 10. So you also are issued a Mac laptop for school here at Lower Merion High School. How has that impacted your life?
It makes a lot of turning things in easier because you don't have to print them out, and that's always a big issue in like middle school with turning in papers on time. And it's also really cool because I have an Apple laptop at home, and they have this feature called home sharing, so they just kind of connect through the internet, through the Wi-Fi, and you can move things back and forth in between them.
So the ease of use and the features really, makes it enjoyable to use. It's not, it's like a time saver, I guess.
Yeah, it saves time, and it's like actually fun to use, even when you're doing some school stuff.
What would you say is your favorite software that's loaded on your Mac?
The school one?
Or home, if you have any, like iPhoto, iTunes, iChat. What do you use the most?
Well, I love iChat on both of them because you can video chat so easily and just talk to people, connect to everyone. So, like, if I have a study hall, I can talk to my friends who go to the other high school, which is really cool. And at home, I don't know, I have an alarm clock app that connects to iTunes, so you can play like a whole playlist to wake you up and keep going.
That sounds very interesting. Well, thank you, Maria, for joining us today, and we appreciate your input.
Thank you.